Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In the previous video we looked at important legal updates with regard to MMTLP and the focus was on the case against FINRA, so please refer back to the previous video for those updates. In today's video we're going to be focusing on a very important interview with Wes Christian, so we're also going to be looking at important developments with regard to interviews with journalists there, so stay tuned for important developments there, as well as other updates as well for MMTLP. And then we're going to be doing a quick review of the weekly watch list. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So quick headline here from Bloomberg, we can see that techs are generally slumping, but there is signs of a rally sweeping across most of the S&P 500. So basically we're looking at a significant rebound, and this is in stocks such as Apple and Microsoft. So let's have a look at the heat map. We can see here Apple was up 1%, Google up just in excess of 1%, Amazon up very close to 3%, Microsoft up 0.3%, Tesla was down a little bit, and one of the reasons for that was news in terms of the pricing. So hopefully we have seen the bottom for Tesla and strong rebounds now to come. Let's start by having a look at an update from Roger James Hamilton, and he has tagged in Charles Payne and John Berder here. So in the with regard to the tweet in question, we can see here what Roger is saying is, should Charles Payne interview Wes Christian? That's something that we're going to come on shortly. John Berder and me about naked shorting Wall Street fraud on Fox Business. So Charles here stated he always wants to help and he wants to mull it over in terms of the weekend. So John Berder has obviously agreed, and he said it would be great to do it in a setting away from the show. So if you remember in the previous show, he was only given an opportunity to talk for approximately 4 minutes, and the message could have got across a little bit, certainly much better. There was not enough clarity due to time, so hopefully this suggestion here is looking at potentially a small version and an extended online version as well. So great suggestion here. So let's now have a look at Charles' initial response. So initially he stated here, hey Roger, I'm curious about this as well, so DM me. So obviously he's followed up by saying he's mulling it over. So certainly Charles, you do need to mull it over, and hopefully you can respond positively and we get this show on the roads. And finally, quick shout out here to copy and paste. So also saying that Roger Hamilton should go on the Charles Payne show on Fox, and Wes Christian with John Berder, potentially with some other CEOs. We need a positive and open discussion on counterfeiting companies, hopefully a 1 hour special, looking at obviously the significant social media sharing it and getting the message across that obviously companies across the United States and maybe across the world as well are being destroyed by this so-called market manipulation. And then other updates, I'd like to now give a shout out to the Marine XXX, and this is a post with regard to a very peaceful demonstration taking place and planned for December the 27th and 28th at the SEC headquarters. But the good news here from the Marine is that they have an approval permit, so this is going to be something that the authorities will know about. They do have approval for this peaceful protest, so if anybody is able to go and attend this peaceful protest, certainly obviously hopefully you can get the message across from an MMTLP point of view, as well as any other stocks that are being destroyed by the hedge funds. So go ahead and check this post out, and hopefully we can have some positive media coverage from this. So sticking on the lines of media, so next shout out here is to J Croc 149. and this is with regard to the Bernie Madoff docu-series. I'm currently on episode 2 watching this, so I do highly recommend this. And what he's saying is there is a much bigger scheme that you're looking at and want to keep your eyes on. We know what that is. That is MMTLP, potentially the biggest financial crime today after this Bernie Madoff scandal. So I do highly recommend this. On the Netflix series, he's called the Monster of Wall Street, probably also a financial terrorist, destroying the lives of many innocent retail investors. And what I'd now like to do is give everybody a reminder in terms of your MMTLP story. This is a personal story from your own point of view. If you would like to share that, I will add the description, the link in the description below. So I'm looking for over 50 stories to present to a journalist. This is going to be a meeting with a very highly prominent journalist who will hopefully take on this story. So John Berder will be in this meeting as well. I will have one of the key investors from the Discord also attending. So if you would like to submit your story, then we can certainly pass that on to the journalist, or hopefully you can focus on why you invested, what you were expecting, and what your thoughts are with regard to the hedge funds, brokers, market makers, FINRA, and certainly this journalist will be given this information as well. So go ahead and check this link out. And now I'd like to give a shout out to Kristen Shaughnessy, and this is with regard to counterfeit shares being illegal but pervasive on Wall Street. She's also tagged in here Roger Hamilton and looking at the famed attorney Wes Christian. So we're going to have a look at an interview with that shortly. And obviously there are a number of stocks added in here. We've got GTII, CRT, FNGR, MMTLP, AMC, many others that we could add, and certainly we could add on Mullen Automotive there as well. So this is the link to the video here, so go ahead and check this out. It's on the Roger James Hamilton. It's an outstanding video. We're going to look at a summary of this now. So if we have a look at what Wes Christian stated in this interview, I've summarized this in 13 points, and he's firing back at hedge funds. So certainly after the Bernie Madoff docu-series, this is something that is prominent in media today. So let's see what are the key points come up that were shared from Wes. So number one here is we could have more criminal prosecutions. Odds are now moving in our favour. So there is more awareness. There is potentially journalists hopefully going to take on the story. And we believe if there is fraud involved, misrepresentation involved, then the authorities certainly need to take action. Number two, he's also saying retail are carrying a lot more DD now and are a lot more knowledgeable. So 100% agree with that, especially in terms of the MMTLP community. MMTLP community is strong, it's united, it's intelligent. It includes lawyers, attorneys, investors, and significant whales, CEOs, and the knowledge, DD, and togetherness is probably the best I've ever seen. So number three, we're looking at a huge amount of counterfeit shares, not only in MMTLP, but in many stocks. So this is something that has to stop. It is illegal, but currently we are in a situation where brokers, the SEC and FINRA are turning a blind eye to this. So you should not turn a blind eye to crime. And it has to stop. Number four, Wall Street is currently making more money killing companies than supporting them. So great point there by Wes. We know the profits so far, which company made the most profits this year and which company had the record year, and that will obviously answer that question. Number five, broker dealers are lending out more shares than they have. That indicates synthetics. That has to stop. Number six, broker dealers are publish shares as easy to borrow, even if they are hard to borrow. So that is obviously suggesting that they are going to go to any lengths to make an opportunity to make money. Number seven, they are simply stealing and looting from companies and would even attack a company trying to cure brain cancer. So this is what Wes stated in his interview, and he was basically talking about some bio companies that might be carrying out research. Remember, bio stocks are stocks that need huge amount of investment and huge amount of money for research. They have to have a significant amount of trials, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. These are then going through processes of approval with the FDA, and these are costly and time consuming, and as many companies are small, very easy to take money out, make money from them, from shorting them, and it's not good for the long term, it's not good for the health, it's not good for the economy long term, especially in terms of job creation, destruction of companies, and this has to stop. Number 8, he's also saying here, Congress and senators need to be on board. I would say much more of them need to be on board. This is a movement, this is growing. Number 9, he's also given a warning in terms of people holding margin accounts. These are risky, and the brokers will use these for shorting. Always ask for written confirmation about your shares, and tell them you do not want them being lent out. And if the situation does not change, we're looking at potentially many more class actions to come. I don't think we're at that stage yet with MMTLP, although I know there are strong voices in favor of that, but let's see what happens right now. We still need to look at all the developments taking place. We still have the action from Rosa, and the new date for that is the 1st of February. Number 11, algorithms are used for spoofing and to send stocks to hell, then buy them back. So this is obviously something that's computerized as well. He's saying it's in the software, and we have seen this in many stocks, especially in the year 2022. And he also stated the companies that are most vulnerable are the ones with market caps less than $2 billion. And finally, he also came up with a figure of $100 trillion as a cost in terms of money stolen from the economy over the past 20 years. So that is quite staggering, and if that is the case, then that has to stop. Finally, I'd like to finish off by giving a quick review of our weekly watch list. This was shared exclusively with the Discord members prior to trading on the Monday. So if you have a look on the screen, some of the stocks that we called out: CDTX, that was up in excess of 53% on the week. MGAM, that was up over 16.7% on the week, with some opportunity to get much more than that as well. AEHR, we knew there was good news on that as well expected. That was up to in excess of 24% on the week. STLD, that was up over 8% on the week. Another great call was ALGS, that was up over 21.5% on the week. KRT we called out, that was up 2.1% on the week. We also called out MULN. At one point that was up close to 47% on the week. We know it was down significantly on Friday. However, over the week, it's still up 3.6%. AER, we also called up 2.5% on the week. CMRA was up 12.1% on Friday. However, on the week, it was level, so great movement on Friday. SPRB, that was level on the week. SWVL, that was up 32% from Monday's dip and then closed down after that. So very important to take profits. There was bad news with regard to VORB, and that was due to launch, and the launch did not go well, so that's taken a hit. So high risk opportunity on that one. ZOM, that was down just approximately 2.3% on the week. Not all calls are successful. And also IMNM was also down 10.9% on the week. And finally, a quick reminder that the US markets are closed on Monday. So if you'd like to get a copy of the next weekly watch list, this should be made available prior to trading in the next week. So details are in the description below. And thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.